learn nothing else from this tragedy. We learn that life is short and there is no time for hate. That was stated by Sandy Dahl, wife of Flight 93 pilot Jason Dahl. On a Tuesday morning, around 17 years ago, America experienced one of the worst terrorist attacks in history. Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden, was responsible for taking the lives of nearly 3,000 Americans on September 11th of 2001. Although it took nearly 10 years, justice was eventually served. Good morning, my name is Eric Rivera, and today we'll be talking about the role that Osama bin Laden played in the historical event of 9/11 and the events leading up to his death. What happened on 9/11? Was it an attack or was it an accident? The first plane hit the North Tower around 8:15 in the morning, and many people believed it was an accident. The second plane didn't hit the South Tower for another 20 minutes, and after that plane hit, it was confirmed that America was under attack. There were 4 different planes during the September 11th attack. 2 were flown into the Twin Towers, 1 was flown into the Pentagon, and the last one was crashed into a field in Pennsylvania after passengers attacked the hijackers. What was America's response? The attack of September 11 was called the worst terrorist attack against the United States. The events that took place on September 11th of 2001 are ingrained in the memories of American people. According to A&E Networks, a total of 2,996 Americans were killed during 9/11 attacks. After the attacks, the American people were unified for the first time in a very long time. Late that night, the night of the attack, former President George Bush delivered a televised address in which he stated, "Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. This act shatters steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve." In response of the nearly immediate military action that the United States took, former President George Bush also stated, "We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbored them." The horrific events that took place on this day were organized by a terrorist organization called Al-Qaeda, and at the top of the organization was this person named Osama bin Laden. Who was Osama bin Laden? Osama bin Laden is known most for his leadership role in the 9/11 attacks. He was actually on the FBI most wanted list for over 10 years. According to BritannicaEncyclopedia.com, bin Laden was also responsible for the 1993 bombing of New York World Trade Center, the 1995 attempted assassination of the Egyptian president, the 1995 bombing of the U.S. National Guard Training Center, the 1996 bombing of the American Kabul Towers, and the 1998 bombings of the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. Bin Laden was a very well-known terrorist at the time. It was nearly impossible to capture him. And after that, he went down on to carry out the largest attack, the 9/11 attacks. Bin Laden was killed by the United States Navy SEALs 10 years after the 9/11 attacks. After 9/11, Bin Laden avoided the capture and crossed the border from Afghanistan into Pakistan, successfully hiding in that country for almost 10 years. In August of 2010, there was a lead on Bin Laden's location. He was thought to have been living in a compound near Islamabad, Pakistan. It took months to gather enough information and intelligence to carry out an attack. In the middle of the night on May 1st of 2011, a team of United States Navy SEALs invaded the compound that was believed to be the home of Osama bin Laden. That night, he was found within the compound and was killed on sight. In conclusion, we can definitely say that September 11 attacks were the worst terrorist attacks on the United States history. This attack was carried out by the members of the Al-Qaeda group led by bin Laden. Unfortunately, the search for bin Laden was not an easy one, and after the United States Navy SEALs located and killed bin Laden, the former President Barack Obama addressed the nation, and the nation celebrated. During that speech, ex-President Barack Obama stated, "The death of bin Laden marks the most significant achievement to date on our nation's effort to defeat Al-Qaeda and terrorism. It may have taken 9 years, 7 months, and 19 days, but the United States have finally got justice over a man that had cast such a long shadow over the recent